Kick it off, Spencer.
We're talking about
no.
So there we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. I am your host and Dice Boss, James, and I'm going to take you on a rip-roaring tour. Welcome to episode 14 of the Bard Crawl. When last we left our heroes, they had finally made it from out of the Undercity and found themselves in the Council of Stars, which is the local sort of wizard college, and they've kind of taken over a huge portion of the city. They were asked to meet with the Constellation, which were the sort of head honchos, the people in charge of the school, the deans, if you were. After very open communication, I guess we could say, they suddenly realized that they didn't really gel with the Constellation, and instead decided to flip them off, leave, and continue to cause mayhem and general prankhood around campus. Some of the highlights: Kerfaderk made a deal with a random man who he did not recognize, but who seemed to know him. Anisoptera found some shrooms and chatted with a bunch of the Council of Star students. He had heard something about a yellow door, which was a reference to the strange riddle they have on their little treasure map. Avigard was able to get the young tiefling boy Barani to his father, and also steal some toilet paper from their house. And Roland, what did Roland do after meeting the Constellation?
We asked him some really important questions, and he didn't answer a single one, if I remember correctly. We really...
He was a little defensive, and he said he just needed a moment to kind of center himself. I will ask...
But we tried to follow him.
We did.
He vanished. No. So Dustin, what do you think Roland got up to? It was pretty much like it's an evening, an evening of free time, if there's any.
Right. Roland was probably, honestly, trying to do his own form of training with this ability that's kind of taken over his body, in the sense that, like, he would go find, like, very weak, like, it's like when you're in any, like, MMORPG and you're, like, trying to, like, oh, well, I gotta kill a shit ton of rats in order to get my level up. It's like what he's doing, but he's, like, just trying to, like, grasp things with this, like, and, like, trying to make it work better for him. He's trying to talk to the spirit inside his necklace, and it's just... nothing's going right now, and I feel like he's getting to a place that's just kind of defeated. So he had to take a moment away from the group.
Fair enough. Yeah, he smithed some iron daggers, and then got carpal tunnel from that, and figured there's a better way to level up. Also, quick addendum to last episode: Glyph of Warding was used in the ultimate prank. Glyph of Warding has a gold cost, which we did not, which I did as a DM did not tax upon. So I have been rewatching a lot of our episodes to kind of set up some chapters so people can like skip around to the combat or skip past the combat, whatever, that kind of stuff. So I've got a pretty good lock on how much gold you guys have, and it is 200 less right now, that leaves you guys currently at about 100 gold currently.
Are we all of a sudden gonna start caring about material components?
Only if they have a gold cost. Only if they have a gold cost. Because otherwise you can cast fucking Resurrection whenever the hell you want.
Hardly anything else.
I know. Hey, there's nothing to worry about. And your guys are about to get a huge windfall from saving a lot of people in town. But I just wanted to reiterate, you guys are level 5 now. The stakes have been raised.
And you wanted to tell us on stream so we wouldn't be upset. You thought you'd do it in this public place.
So you wouldn't make a scene,
guys.
Because I knew you would make a scene.
He always does this. Jesus.
All right.
Wow.
But Anisoptera, how much gold do we have? Because I don't think I gave any to you, and I have 18. I can push that towards the fund.
Oh, so I have 118 gold.
You didn't give me any of your gold, Roland?
No, I live from pirates. I'm super like stick to your own.
Gotcha.
I had no faith in anyone, and now we're getting cool. But I think I'm gonna keep my money on me.
Well, we didn't do anything you wouldn't have done last episode.
I doubt that supremely, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it and see
how. Are we just gonna move on without talking about my Pong victory?
Sorry. That was in the list of. Yes. In the list of things. Sorry, there was all kinds of that. You guys pulled pranks on campus. Avigard stole a salamander.
Who's to say I didn't have powdered diamond?
I'm God. I said you didn't have powdered diamonds.
On God.
Or actually, actually, correction. I'm God in saying you did have powdered diamonds.
And you took it away.
Yes.
Well,
The Avigard stole a salamander. Kerfaderk shat on a statue. Anisoptera rigged the TP and egg bomb.
Very expensive prank, I guess. That's what
It was. But hey, it was all worth it in the end. You pissed off a powerful wizard, and that's a good thing, right? So, and then yes, Avigard fucking crushed it in a game of Wizard Pong, which is like regular Pong, but wizards play it. Alrighty, so it is the next morning, sort of like the sun is since risen. You guys sort of watched the explosion. I would say you guys probably rendezvous at some point around. I mean, like you guys tell me, where do you guys meet up in town?
oh, I'm probably at a pub, so if they go into anything like that, they're gonna find me.
Did we have a room at the Blind Yeti?
Ooh.
You did have an outstanding room at the Blind Yeti, yes.
Do we still have it?
Yeah.
Or-
The guy said
Okay.
that he'd keep it for you guys.
We
for a
live
while.
there now.
In
Love that.
absentia.
And hell, I might
Oh,
be there.
Maybe. Well,
I'm going to go to a tavern and play for gold.
Okay.
Because we need some.
118
Damn
is
right.
more than any peasant in this entire city has. I hope you know that.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm
but
You guys
we
are
only-
you guys are the 10%.
we only have one more prank then. If it's 100 gold per.
One last prank, guys. Come on. Then we're done. We're out of here.
Alrighty,
I
Kerfaderk,
don't
give me
prank.
just a performance check as you're kind of busking for gold.
Of course I can do that. I can give you a performance check. I believe it's +5. 12.
12's pretty decent. You managed to get, some money, probably about like 10 gold pieces.
Avigard, could you hold on to this for me?
Happily. And
Thank
I'm
you.
also in the pub, obviously. Gonna play cards, also for gold,
So you're gonna gamble.
but I am cheating.
Okay. Good to know. Sorry, this is my first time using the Xanathar's Guide to Everything downtime stuff, so I'm a little, I'm refreshing myself a little bit. How much money are you gonna bet?
I cast Bardic Inspiration for Avigard.
Okay. He's playing around. That makes sense.
I'll start with 10.
Okay. All right. So you put down 10 gold. I need you to you kind of it's kind of like afternoon, early morning gambling. It's not exactly. It's like addicts are playing right now.
Oh, God.
So you've got like.
So I'm at the table.
You've Roland is there as well. You got Roland. You have a dragonborn, like a copper dragonborn, kind of like every so often just like picking at his teeth with a toothpick. Maybe he's like just recently stopped smoking, and so he's trying to find other things to fixate on. And like 2 humans who are also pretty old and haggard. I need you to make a wisdom. I need you to make a insight check.
Insight, okay. Okay, I rolled a 14, so 18.
All right, and I need you to make a deception check since you are cheating.
Okay, that's a 13, so 17.
17. Okay, you managed to pretty much like get you gamble the pants off these guys, and you managed to pretty much double your money. You get 20 gold.
Great.
As you guys are all kind of hanging out in the tavern, the door kind of bursts open, and there is a human sort of dressed in like fancy regalia that has the flake fall house sigil on it, and he like just blows into like a trumpet, literally at probably like 8 in the morning into everyone's ears, just like some kind of fanfare, and then says, "The Fuckless Four are requested at Whitecrest, the Flake Fall estate."
Ooh.
Whoa.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because we rescued the people they asked. We did what they asked, right? We rescued the people.
Right.
Oh, it was that place. Okay.
As the Bugman said, commendation for your services to the crown.
Do we have to?
I think we should.
Can I finish my beer?
We could not do it.
I feel like it's probably worth it.
It might be worth it.
Kerfaderk.
But I need to get to the bottom of this mug.
Maybe this time they let us in the butt room.
I doubt that very highly.
Excuse me, sir. I know that you are merely a squire, but do you know what the chances would be that we might be able to visit the butt room this time?
That is very much above my pay grade, good sir.
I can pay you 10 gold coins to find out for me.
Oh.
I think we probably can just ask when we get there. I think.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I'll take the gold. I can. I mean, if you...
all right. Avigard, give him the gold.
Absolutely not.
Damn it.
That's fair.
I down my my mug of mead, and then I slide a silver piece across. Just I'll be back. I will pay off my tab, I swear.
I'll
And then I'm gonna head out with these 4.
the gnome kind of like takes the silver and is like, all right, I'll keep the meter running. What's the nomenclature for this? I'll keep you.
No, it's like that's for you. You keep that.
Yeah.
It's just it's a sign of good faith. I
Gotcha.
think. I don't know. A lot of port cities, they like tips. I don't know what it is. It seems, less of a Western.
So this is just for me. This isn't for the establishment.
Yeah, no. You pocket that up in any pocket you wish.
Good question, Gnome. Since we bring up, just what's healthcare like in the town? Just curious.
That is a good question. I do get hurt a lot.
Well, there are a couple places depending on what you need. You could head to the old district. There's some there's kind of like a small hospital there, or if it is spiritual or magical healing you need, could talk to them strange Goliaths outside the city in Ceylon.
Is it publicly funded?
I know they're a commune. They're not. They're like kind of separate from the city,
The
But,
spiritual healing. Sorry, the spiritual healing. They what kind of like an example would you say? Like if somebody's like afflicted in the mind?
Oh, yeah. People who have all kinds of strange curses. I mean, a lot of people who have suffered from the wild magic kind of, a lot of people view that as a curse, try to get that cured.
Sure.
I wouldn't personally know about its success. I live a pretty chill life. I don't exactly go outside a whole lot. You realize his eyes are super sunken in, and he's just got the palest skin you've ever seen. He's like, I just kind of, I work for a living,
Feel like we shouldn't be asking this guy
all?
about healthcare.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm going to go with the Bugle Boy if you guys are.
Do we think this is a good idea?
I mean, I don't see why not. They like us. They have money. We don't have money.
Also, I feel like in terms of powers that be in the town, we made a statement I agree with, a strong statement to the Constellation.
Mm.
And we were already on good terms with these people. We may as well stay on
Maybe
good
we'll
terms.
get to see Oni.
Oh!
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Our former fuckless.
Yeah. Recently
Yes.
fucked Oni.
Recently
Hopefully he's fucked.
Big bucks. God rest his soul. All right,
fucked. Rest his soul.
let's do it.
All right.
All right.
So you follow Bugle Boy through the town. Every so often he will blow said horn and kind of announce you guys in various states of town. Every so often people will be come out. You see a couple people who you recognize run up to you and try to shake your hand and stuff. It's you saved my brother, or you saved me, that kind of there's clearly a lot of people really appreciate what you guys did. And the Fuckless Four is now a name in town that's kind of starting to, people have heard about you and are now developing opinions, we'll say. Most good so far.
Every time someone approaches me to thank me, I'll pick their pocket.
Goddamn Robin Hood.
Can you make just a general sleight of hand check for me? Just to see how... Jesus, I bring up money and now all of a sudden they're...
21.
21,
No.
okay. I would say you probably get about another 30 gold just off of these people you just helped.
And every time people come up to me, I say, please, can I have some money? Please.
And then he casts command.
Give me a persuasion check.
Of course.
I'm setting the
We're
DC.
gonna be rich.
Huh?
27.
What? Jesus Christ.
No
I was literally about to
fucking
say the
way.
DC's 25.
Oh
you
my
get
god.
you get another 20 gold. Just people. I mean, hey, people are like super grateful for what you did. There's nothing wrong with that. They're all about it. Goodness, I've created a monster.
The third time that he blows that horn, I kind of grab it from him mid-blow, and I'm like, hey, I am fighting off a hangover right now. If you could quit this shit,
I would really appreciate it.
I was sort of enjoying it.
just give me a couple hours, okay? I'm sorry. We all have our demons.
Do you know any other songs?
Anyway,
Yes,
here's
play us a
Wonderwall.
song.
He goes to
That
play
was
Wonderwall,
terrible.
looks at Roland, and is like, you know, maybe it's another time. I'm on the clock right now.
That seems good. All right.
So he parades you throughout the city. It's not like a super long trek from the Blind Yeti to Whitecrest, but it takes you probably like a good 10, 15 minutes, 15-minute walk. You arrive at Whitecrest. The doors open into the main sort of like court room, where the Duke holds court, and kind of like a sea of people sort of parts, and the herald puts the horn up to his mouth to blow, looks at Roland, puts it down, and says,
Go for it.
"You're
No,
mad,
go for it.
your grace. The Factless Four have arrived." And you see before you the Duke, kind of, again, this older dwarf with a crazy, crazy long beard that literally kind of like wraps onto the floor, white as he is old as shit, with little rivulets of gold, kind of like gold thread tied into his beard, kind of accentuating it, looking like a crazy river of gold coming out of his face. His nose is missing. There's basically just a great big fucking hole in the center of his face. And his eyes are very milky and cataracty, and he but surprisingly joyful as he sees you guys come in. The Duchess, Lady Wary Flakefall, with her sort of strange liquid gold irises, kind of like sits in the chair next to him, very upright, very excited. You also see all of the Duke's children in smaller chairs beside them. You see the Art, sort of the one who likes art, who was one of the judges at the talent competition. He's kind of like got his hair in a high pony as he's kind of looking at you. His beard is very short compared to the other dwarven men. Then there's who you assume to be the oldest, kind of wearing his arms crossed. He's got a sort of like hand crossbow and a jackass holster, and he's just kind of like trying to seem like he's the one in control of the room, but clearly he's in like the tiniest chair compared to the Duke. The Duke. There you go. Then at the very end, you see Gwendolyn Flakefall, who's sort of dressed very nice. She's very excited to see you guys, and you kind of see behind the throne, sort of this array. You see a couple of guards, including Lorna, the half-orc, who is Gwendolyn's personal guard, as well as Oni in a sort of official-looking robe, kind of with
Love
the
it.
little page boy cap kind of off to the side. He's like standing at attention, but he's a good 2 feet shorter than Lorna, so he looks a little out of place compared to the other guards. But the Duke kind of stands up from out of his throne and sees the four of you and says, welcome, the Factless Four. That's gnomish for brave, Factless. And I would just like to say thank you so much for all you have done for the city. I personally made sure that they went, and he's like, a lot of this is being addressed to the other members of court. He's like, I personally made sure that they were able to bring all those poor missing families and children and friends back from the bowels of the city. It is a great shame that so many were lost, but a great joy that so many were brought home by all of your hard work. Obviously, you will be compensated quite handsomely for all you've done. I have and he sort of snaps, and a squire runs up with a piece of parchment. He says, I have made sure that I have a deed here to an old estate that I will be gifting to you, as well as some gold to help get you started and make you out of the heroes of Whitecragg. Yes, you?
Oh, fuck.
How much gold? Because we recently found ourselves in a deficit.
I'm not one to sort of count my coins in front of the people here, but I will be happy to tell you.
500?
Per person, yes, so 2,000 gold.
Could we do 6?
No, Kerfaderk. And I try and grab his shoulder and pull him back. And that's really generous, and we appreciate everything that you do to fund the city. I appreciate you.
Of course. That one, that's why they call him the comic, right? And he points to his wife, Wary, who's just kind of it's Kerfaderk. Ah, yes, Kerfaderk the comic, they call him.
I'm going by Chemaman the comic from now on.
I did all right.
Your Dukeness?
Yes? It's
we
weird.
were
Normally we don't exactly raise hands. You can just talk to me.
Oh, okay. We've not seen you in a setting quite so, yes?
No, don't, wait a minute.
Wait,
it's still I decide who speaks.
I thought we didn't, are we raising or not?
It's just address yourself to me and I did think you'd be taking questions during your comment, I suppose.
Anisoptera?
Yes, Kerfaderk.
Can I suggest that we raise hands?
I sort of like raising hands. It keeps things fair, make sure everyone gets a chance to speak.
As the heroes of our city, I'm willing to comply. And you have done so much for us. Why not raise some hands? Yes.
I'm not raising my hand. I'm just scratching my head. Please continue.
Fair enough.
I think if we're all raising hands, then you should raise hands too, Sir Duke.
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Dukeness. We're very happy to have helped those people, happy to help you, happy to the support of you at the house. Amazing. We love it. Renting's for suckers. We appreciate having a place that's awesome. We're so happy the gold's great. And this is great too, this public acknowledgement. It's all great. We learned some things down there.
Yes.
Some things that you might want to know. And so if we at some point can have a private audience to share things that concern the town, we'd love that. We'd love a private audience.
Yeah, do you guys have an army or some sort of guard? We might, we're, the heroes and such. However, a hand would be quite nice.
I mean, you are such brave and powerful adventurers. I don't know when any of my men.
It's worth talking. This is such a. We
can talk later.
We're having a nice time now, but later it's worth it.
Not to make everybody else nervous and scared. We can't handle it, but shit's getting heavy. And my backpack is wearing thin. You know what I mean? Sorry, I was literally born on a ship filled with shit. So my manners.
You're saying you have shit in your backpack?
I'm saying there was a backpack in which people would defecate in. Yes. We don't. Again, we can talk about this later. But for right now.
And when you're the youngest on the ship, it's your job to wear the shit backpack. Is that?
You run around and basically you are the portable potty.
Our adventurers engage in. Please,
I'm sure it wasn't a norm.
And he just tries to drown you out with applause from the court.
One last question, Duke. Sir Duke, please. Can you, Please, oh please, oh please, can you show us to the butt room, please?
I need you to make a persuasion check.
22.
He looks at you, and he looks at his wife, and he says, "Oh, what a glorious joke! This is obviously my wife and I don't need a special room. I'm very virile. We're fine."
I'll get it.
Again, we can talk about this stuff in private, guys. I think we should just keep our stuff that we need to like prioritize to.
Is there anything else we want to say when in a public setting is worth it?
Maybe Kerfaderk, if you want to make like a speech of how like we are the greatest heroes to ever have.
Oh, you want to sing a song? Sing a song? Sing a song?
Maybe, like,
People love your
like,
songs.
Incorporate the Fuckless Four into that song. I mean, that'd be cool.
Sure. Of course.
Share our tale.
Sidwick, before we leave, I would like to share a tale chronicling the journey of the Fuckless Four, if it so please you.
Please play.
Shout out to Oni, my homeboy.
Woo! Woo! Shout out.
He kind of like stands upright a little bit more. Yeah.
My man. We were the Fuckless Five.
Oh no, no.
We became the Fuckless Four, 'cause only one did his thing, and now we're back to the Fuckless Four.
Fox.
I don't remember that. Was that not supposed to be common knowledge? Oh no, I'm so sorry. But back to the story. The Fuckless Four, the Fuckless Four. We went into the caves and we met the Draconics. The Fuckless Four, we killed a dragon, and then we killed, what's his name?
Meatball?
What's his name?
We found a tree. It was a scary tree, and there was a giant frog, and it ate us. But we got out, and then we killed Mother Madness, although I would have ran away with her, for she was my love.
There's some tentative clapping around the court. Oni's eyes are so wide, and he's like, you could just tell he's like, I'm gonna get killed. Oh my god.
My man, Oni. Shout out to Oni.
And he's like, stop.
Oni got it.
We love you, Oni.
We love you, Oni. He was part of us, and then if the song wasn't clear, he betted.
That's
He betted. That's right. He betted. That's what he did.
With
Very
your
classy,
daughter.
like.
Do you say that?
Please don't say that.
With your
Yeah, like as soon as you say it, one of them elbows you. Okay. So like kind of court carries on. There are some people that like have various grievances with like, like, the crops and my goats. So
Crops,
my question,
goats, anything else?
Oh, and my goat, the goat's eating my crops. And so if you guys want to sort of like stay and debrief the Duke, you kind of like observe some of this stuff, or if you guys want to go to your house.
I feel like it's worth talking to him.
Mm. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, let's chat.
Right.
Have a little private council.
After about a good hour or so, after about a good hour or so, like sort of court is over, and the Duke kind of like saddles up and like sort of wraps his beard as like an impromptu scarf around himself and approaches and says, "So, I will gather some of my advisors, and we will. You said you have some important things to tell me, yes?"
We do. Can we just have a brief sidebar with us, with the Fuckless Four, just to...
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we have done that while he was talking with the people for an hour?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So what do we leave as need to know versus what do we tell these people?
This is a great second go at what happened at the Constellation, because that was definitely an exercise in sharing too much, probably.
Oh yes, I remember now.
What's need to know? What do they need to know? I feel like the dragon incoming is important.
That's important.
I really don't think there's anything else that's need to know.
Well, the
About
thing
Mother
is,
Madness.
if we do tell them about the dragon, what can they do to prepare for that? Like, can they build defenses, or are we asking them to assist us?
Well, maybe it's that we killed the one hag,
Right.
but she's got mad sisters who have made some kind of a pact with the dragon, and so shit could still be coming our way. We're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, if we could put it like wanted posters, like if you see this person, like do not allow.
Well, Mama Kay was is the other hag, and she was known in town. So
maybe we leave that as need to know.
But then do you think she'll just roll around like herself and?
No, no. She's a badass. Not that we're not, but it's just
Oh no.
We.
Can I sidebar with Kerfaderk and Avigard? Is Roland? Does he seem like
Drunk.
Is there like? But he seemed when we talk about Mama Kay, he got kind of sort of was blushing. And do you think maybe sort of the way Kerfaderk was with Mother Madness? Do you think maybe
he's smitten?
Maybe.
I'm gonna make a roll off screen.
To find out if you're smitten.
We should be delicate about it.
You're right.
Busted by this whole concept.
And if he chooses to move forward with a relationship with Mama Kay, is that who we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I say we support him.
No.
You know, Kerfaderk, we haven't really talked about this. Roland, you can come back, Roland.
I'm like chatting with someone who's like waiting in line. I'm like, so yeah, I wore the backpack and it's yeah. And I start walking back.
You had sort of seemed like Mother Madness sort of got to you, and then there was a while where you were carrying her head around, and then it seemed like you were eating. It just got very complicated, and so I think we should probably let's. Communication feels important, right? Feels like.
Yes, certainly. Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Raise your hand. Yes, Anisoptera.
You know the Duke's nose situation?
Right.
Do you feel like, this could be so off. Do you feel like, sometimes when people lose, like maybe let's say you lost a hand, sometimes you'd have like a gold, you'd have like a prosthetic of a different material. And if you were fancy, maybe it'd be gold. They have this thing with gold. Do you think he'd like a gold nose? Or do you think he likes being like, I'm battle scarred and hard?
He's hard, all right. Sorry, I forgot my mic was on.
Whoa. Did you hear that?
God? Sorry, carry on.
The fact that he's giving out us all this money in a state, I think if he wanted a nose, he would have it.
But maybe he hasn't thought. You know what? That's
he could not be as creative as we are.
But also, maybe we should ask Gwendolyn or the Duchess and get a feel from them.
Word.
Because I wouldn't want to offend him. It just was a thought.
Right. Yeah. Your schnoz is a big part of your personality.
Yeah, and if he likes not, I don't. Yeah.
Are you just?
Especially when it's off.
Are we just talking about getting him a birthday gift?
Maybe
just like a thank you for giving us a place to live and a shit ton of money.
And sometimes you see somebody, you think, you know what? I think something like this could make you really happy, and you just make it happen. But
people would be less scared of him.
I could be wrong about that, and maybe he wants them to be scared.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, we're going to tell him that there's danger coming, that we're not out of the woods.
Yes, dragon coming. We'll put nose on the back burner, and that Oni fucked his daughter. Let's do it.
Wait. I think that could end poorly for Oni.
We should say that if Oni is ever, hurt or, taken down in position for any reason, we will move to another town. Just because, Kerfaderk, that song may have been insensitive in the sense that that may not have been public knowledge.
Right. So you don't know if he fucked?
It's
to be
really
completely
complicated.
It's heavily implied.
It is heavily
implied.
implied.
I love that. I love that he might have.
I really hope he did.
Right.
But I feel like she's probably not going to be allowed to marry him anyway. And so maybe you're right that just putting it out there is the best. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
we could say how, like, if a commoner is able to marry the Duchess, it's just a way to bring the people together. This is a way to bring the fuckless four to the heart of the community, in the sense that one of us, is a part of the judicial system around here. I think this is something we can bring up, but just a little bit more lightly than he fucks.
Yeah, it's another one. It's another one we should talk to someone first before we just.
Yeah, probably Oni.
Kerfaderk?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think now that we're public figures, we're promoting chastity?
I mean,
I think we're just promoting a good use of your time.
Interesting.
We're not like anti-fuck,
Yeah.
Not anti-fuck, but there are better things to do.
We're just unable to.
We tend to be.
Well, did I say the out loud part in my head? I could just reverse. We can all fuck if we want to. We just don't. We're all definitely able.
Well, we have different definitions of fucking, right? Because...
Well, we know the bases. Does everybody here know the bases?
Somehow I forget every time.
Maybe that's what we need to inform the town on.
There were not a lot of walls on this
so
ship.
we'll talk about the impending danger, then we'll rehash the bases with the count so that everybody knows.
And I think maybe more than advocating for chastity, we're saying heroes don't have to be people who fuck. You can be fuckless or not fucked as yet and be a hero.
You can even be fuckless and be somebody who looks like they fuck.
Yes, certainly. Also, where did that little boy go who was with us?
How did talking about fucking
not what you were thinking about?
How did we get there? Speaking of,
well, just speaking
where
of,
did the little boy go?
We are fuckers, right?
Our numbers are always shifting,
Now that we're becoming higher in the public's eye, we can't be saying shit like that. Okay.
Well, let's be clear. Sex for me would involve an egg. That's all I can say. Me and an egg. So.
Me and an egg, indeed.
I think
I'd like to huddle with Avigard.
He went home. He went home. He went home. He's gone.
Guys, I think we should get Roland an egg for his birthday.
Don't get me an egg. Are you talking about Anisoptera?
Sorry. Get Anisoptera an egg for his birthday.
You both look so alike.
Like a chicken egg?
I don't know how we're gonna find the right kind of egg.
Let's just get a bunch of eggs and see which one he likes.
We just had a bunch of eggs and he didn't do anything to them.
Right, so it can't be any of those eggs. Let's
Did
go
we get
to
him
an
a little
egg
boy.
store.
An egg store. Okay, that's where we'll go next.
All right, we'll find an expert.
At this point, I think the Duke is coming over.
Perfect.
Can we have a few more minutes?
That was an hour. That was an hour of time.
They have been standing 5 feet away for about 30 minutes.
So the Duke approaches. He's like, so yes, you had something to speak to me, yes?
Yes.
Is there somewhere more private that we could probably speak?
Absolutely.
Like a little common quarters?
The people you trust are okay there. Just
Yes.
So
Just out of the public's eye.
And
we had a somewhat negative interaction with the constellation, so we're just being careful.
Oh, those uptight spell casting fucks.
Yeah,
I had Gwendolyn
Got
there.
him good.
You had Gwendolyn what?
I had Gwendolyn there back when she started, fucking being weird. And I sent her there to learn, and then all they taught her was practical casting, and I'm like, where's the fire? You know what I mean? I hate them. They gatekeep knowledge like crazy. I have to pay insane taxes just to keep my own library stocked. Ugh. They do a lot for the city. I'm not gonna lie. They do a lot for the city, but this doesn't leave us by. This is while he's saying this while he's like taking you guys to a separate area. He's like, this doesn't leave us, but like, fuck those guys. Yes. Sorry, he had his hand raised.
You're right.
Just wanted to say that we showed those punks who's boss. I won't admit to anything, but let's just say they got knocked down a few pegs.
I'm very glad to hear that. That's wonderful. And he takes you into a small room. It's got that classic, like, it has a table with a sort of like acid etched sort of rendition of the city. You also see a bunch of like, you kind of what's everyone's passive perception?
Good question.
14.
14.
11.
11. So you guys, those with 14 and above, you guys notice that sort of on this acid etched version, you can see sort of like what look like a bunch of like secret paths and kind of like sort of escape routes, tunnels, that kind of thing. Like it seems like it's his personal map of the city.
Wow, that's cool.
And he sort of sits at the head of the table, and this is like it's like ingrained into the table. It's a very large wooden table.
This is ingrained, sir.
And he kind of like he sits at the head and kind of like gestures that you can all sit. This apparently is probably where he holds his personal council meetings, and he's like, so lay it on me. The rest of my advisors should be here in like 5 minutes. So said there was something you wanted to speak to me personally.
Is there anything that was really like just for the king, or was it all like good for advisors too?
I think maybe he can pass it on to the advisors.
I'm just wondering if there's anything we want to get out right now before they show up. I don't think so, right? Nothing too secret.
I think we're
No, let's just do
good.
The nose question was better for someone else, right? Not him. Not him. We should ask. I said we should ask his wife or his daughter, right?
How long is this table? How quiet do we have to be whispering?
Probably pretty quiet. It's like a secret room, like so.
No 20-foot long.
No, it's like okay. It's like a standard table.
Oh, okay.
I will assume, with the nature of the hush tones, you guys are maybe still out in the hallway just looking in.
Wait,
it's a really nice table.
It's a wonderful table. It's a wonderful table. How are you? How are things?
Good start.
With me?
Yes, with everything. Whitecragg.
Whitecragg's good. We've had a pretty good weather whale yield so far. We can thank Oscar Downsong for that. His mines have been blooming as of late.
Oscar Downsong.
We've been able to make some good trades with some nearby cities. And you guys dealt with my biggest headache, which was the missing people. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good. It would be terrible if you had some bad news or anything like that.
Oh, shit.
Wouldn't it? Yep.
Do we... Okay, I'm sorry. Just the quickest of sidebars. Number one, should we did found weather whale down there as well. That feels like that's worth mentioning too.
Yeah, I agree.
And two, is there any do we have any good news we
should start with that.
The fact that we defeated Mother Madness is good news.
Right.
That's true. That's great news. That's really good news.
But also,
and the whole thing that we returned everyone home is exceptional news.
You're right. And we did the thing. We totally got the constellation people, Stars people. So that's also good news.
And the fact that our buddy Oni got that poon.
Well,
that's
it's great for Oni.
Never say that again.
Maybe not to talk about the kid, but I'm just saying in general, good news off the top of my head. That's pretty fucking baller.
All right. Yeah, I think he can take some bad news if we throw it his way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say it really cutesy and gentle-like.
Okay, so I will not be doing the talking.
I am also sitting in the back.
Anisoptera, you just say it really sweet and cutesy-like.
I feel like you're the best at the cutesy sweet talk, Kerfaderk.
All right.
Do you have any like sprite like ancestors, or like can you like channel some like maybe some cutesy little like sparkles in the air as you're saying?
I could do some sparkles if we want some sparkles.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. Okay.
Wait, was that help bad news if there's sparkles with it?
I mean, it might give us advantage.
As long as it looks nice.
It does look nice.
All right.
So, what is it you wanted to say to me?
Right.
First of all, you look very nice today.
Thank you.
Secondly, there's a dragon coming.
What?
Sparkles, sparkles, sparkles.
I do a little sacred flame.
So you cast Sacred Flame, and as we know, sort of the area of Whitecragg is sort of rife with wild magic, sort of bits and bobs. As you cast Sacred Flame, you go to cast a spell and it sort of like fizzles. Can you roll a D100 for me, please?
Oh God.
Who bought this?
Fizzles are like sparkles.
Oh no.
Who was it? Who fucked us?
It was ages ago. It was from a rerun. It was left over.
That is 65.
65, he says. All right.
Please be something very harmless. You're laughing because it's good.
Oh, that's interesting. You, Anisoptera, so you say, there's a dragon coming. Anisoptera, you wave your hands going to cast like a sacred flame, and instead, your hands grow 3 times their normal size. And I imagine as you're probably usually hovering, the extra weight probably poof brings you down to the ground as you're not used to it. And that lasts for, hold on, let me. You're going to have big hands for the next 4 hours.
Anisoptera, go stiff like a board, put your hands above your head, and like point, okay?
I don't think I can put my hands above my head.
Would you like me to hold on to those hands for you?
I think
I'm okay.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
Duke,
What this means on a technical level is any dexterity check you make has disadvantage.
No, that makes sense.
Including dexterity-based attacks, but I don't think that's something that you'll have to worry about.
No.
Hopefully not.
Let's hope I'm sure some of my spells are somatic though. So.
Does it give an advantage in the
I didn't.
butt
That's
room?
not a technical aspect of it, but I will say, yeah, for somatic spells, I'll make you do like a DC 12 Arcana check to like readjust if a spell requires a somatic. Write that down. That's good. I should. This is my own personal wild magic table that I made.
Fuck yeah.
That I made for back when this is old Dungeons and Debs lore. This is back when Isaac played a wild magic sorcerer in our home game. I made a custom table
For hijinks.
So he goes, what are you okay? And dragon and a what and a what and a what?
Yeah, so what was supposed to be cutesy and sparkly turned into something out of a fucking nightmare. But yes, there's a dragon coming.
You don't like my hands, Kerfaderk? And they're really buggy. They're really, it's and scaled up too,
Why are they wet?
They're just glossy. They're not wet. They're just glossy.
Oh, okay.
Fuck the hands, the dragon.
I would never fuck the hands. I'm fuckless.
The dragon.
Oh, yeah. Dragon's coming. We should, rally our men.
Yes, we believe a dragon is about a month away, due to visions that we've been provided.
Time out. Visions.
Well, so we completely killed Mother Madness. No doubt about that. We really did. We got her.
Us.
But then I had a vision from my queen, Titania, who made it clear that we had done a good thing in succeeding, but that it's a triumvirate of hags, or was. Now it's a
nice word.
Trio?
Biumvirate?
Okay.
Duology?
Duology. A couple
A couple of hags.
A couple of hags. Powerful, ancient, mysterious, deadly hags. Sorry to say. Who are pissed off and more willing to take risks than before. And supposedly they've made some kind of bargain with a dragon that's on its way. But we're working on it.
You do realize the last time a dragon was here, this city was plunged into centuries, dwarven generations of turmoil.
Yeah,
and
so
now
let's
now just one's headed over here.
Well, not like that.
It's not.
Oh, sorry.
It's totally
okay.
manageable.
It's manageable.
Like you said, we got a month to prep and prepare, and we didn't have that last time.
You weren't born last time.
Well,
Exactly.
I doubt you did.
We weren't there, but this time we will be.
We're gonna fuck a dragon.
But what?
Like, not
That's a wonderful
literally,
idea.
but like, no, Kerfaderk, please. We're here this time, and we're ready to throw hands at it. Fuck. We're gonna defeat a dragon, is what I should have said, but I didn't.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I'm not the. Yep.
Okay.
Where are those advisors?
Right.
Well, and so we wanted you to know because we learned this, and we wanted you to know because it's your town, right?
Like, what's the budget on defenses?
And we're all in. We're staying here. We're gonna try and stop it as best we can. But we thought you should know. And if it means you want to evacuate, fine. But we just, we thought you ought to know. Also,
evacuating.
when we were down there, we saw loads of weather whale piled up.
Someone was mining weather whale down there.
Yes.
We're not miners, but yes, it looked like it.
Well, no, I know you're all of age, but I will. That's troublesome.
I mean, yeah, we're above 14. I mean, yes.
What?
Isn't that the age? Oh, sorry, I'm not from
Let's
here.
not go into it varies D&D race to D&D race because some people live hundreds of years.
Really?
But the general kind of gist is like keep it in your pants till you're like 20.
Hey, I still
20?
have.
Oh, the last thing we wanted to go over is the bases. We want to make sure everybody knows the bases.
I know what the bases are. I have 3
List
children.
them.
You think
Name them.
Thank you for the subscription, Ace Harbinger. We are telling me. This is a lot.
You don't know the bases. You don't know any of them.
Yes, I know the bases. The gentle
List
touch
them.
of the hand, then exchanging of... I did it with my own wife. A gentle touch of the hand, exchanging of letters, eating food off of each other's body, then anal.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he
I'm
really
600
rattled
years
that off
old,
too.
I know how to think about it.
There wasn't any hesitation. They just bam right out. Wow.
Definitely not fuckless. Definitely not fuckless.
Wow.
So much more respect for this man.
That's how you can tell when they can just like that.
I'm just... Okay.
So yeah, we'll take that deed and
Yes.
I guess set up shop in our home.
I know
Yes.
it's upsetting, but we could have just run away, but we didn't. We're here.
Yeah, if you want to set up like ballista towers on every corner.
I will leave that to my captain of the guard to figure out what to do with it. They may or may not come to your home and ask you some further questions. I need a minute. Here is the deed, and he slides the paper scroll across to you guys, and it also has MapQuest directions to get there. It's in the old district. the big fuck. You can't miss it. It's a big house.
And 500 gold each.
That your gold is in the house. I have
Oh.
already. And here is the key, by the way. It should unlock all of the doors. But the house is old, to be completely honest. So it may need some some renovations. But have fun with that. I'm gonna go cry. And talk with my advisors about this.
Could you spare a small piece of weather whale for me?
You should.
If you want me, if I can go buy some somewhere if that's better for you. I understand you're upset.
This is James speaking. You guys have weather whale.
Oh, great. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. We've got some.
That's fine. I will definitely have more questions for you later, as will my advisors, but thank you for what you've done and for this, forewarning. You said it was your queen, Titania, that showed you this?
Yes, of the Feywild.
Is that a bug thing?
She's the queen. She's a goddess. Essentially.
I'm not very religious.
Immortal being of great power.
Yeah, or a bug thing.
Sorry. I apologize. That was maybe a little insensitive on my part. But like, okay, all right, fine.
She's a legit source. She's legit.
No, I'm sure.
More than.
I'm sure. Gods don't lie.
Well,
I mean,
that's a tougher question, but I understand what you're saying.
All right. So, he kind of like takes out a cigar. I'll talk to you guys later.
Do you need a
Do
Xanny?
you mind? Can we check in? Can we check in on Gwendolyn and Oni?
Yes. You have mostly free reign of the castle, should you wish.
What do we not have free reign over?
The
Rooms.
bot
we
room.
shouldn't have.
Rooms that are locked. If a door is locked, that's pretty much a good standing that you're not allowed in there.
All right, fine. I'll get there one day.
Hey, Kerfaderk.
I've already been.
We've got our own house now.
Is there a butt room in the house?
You said it's old. It's an old tradition. Butt rooms.
I am so excited to
We'll just have to see. We'll just have to
Please
see.
zip up your pants.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna go anywhere else.
I mean,
Noted.
there's not people in the butt room. It's just the butt room.
I'm gonna live there.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna make it my bedroom.
That's cool. We'll make your room an
butt
office or
bedroom.
something. I mean,
All right.
thank
is he
you,
still
dude.
here?
You're welcome.
Yeah, we should go. We should talk.
Yeah,
to
let's
him.
go. Let's go dab up Oni.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys leave the sort of council chambers. There is sort of like a nice little atrium outside, and you kind of like hear Gwendolyn and Oni talking, and sort of like standing at the door to the atrium is Lorna. And she kind of like sees you guys and signs that you guys are good to come in. And you go. It's like a little garden atrium. It's nice and outdoors. The walls are incredibly high to like keep out people, but it's still a pretty nice space in a castle that is very, very gray and dark, full of stone. This is like it's a nice little pop of color.
Nice little pop of color.
Pop of color.
Great. I like that. That's cute.
What's up, champ?
Oh my god, it's so good to see you guys. You scared the shit out of me. It's only like soft punches you in the shoulder. You scared the ever-living crap out of me. I thought he was gonna kill me. For starters, we haven't like sealed the deal yet, but like fucking...
Why?
You're still fuckless.
Like, you left the group to be fucking.
What have none of you heard of romance? We're making our way. We're making our way. We've just got
We've
past second
heard
base.
of romance. We haven't heard of virgins. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude.
Don't judge me.
Fucking seal that deal.
I'm working on it.
You guys.
I say, well done, Oni. And I punch him in the shoulder a little bit harder than he hit me.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, sorry.
So, like, what was it like? Where did you guys even go? Last time I saw you, she was almost kidnapped.
Do we tell him anything?
Around.
Oh, well, you know, he did help us with the puzzle box thing too, didn't he? Doesn't mean he needs to know, but he did.
Let's
If you
tell
want
him
to come,
everything
check
except for
out our new house.
the need to know. I think we established what is, like, you know, public
You know,
info.
it was crazy, Oni. It's better for you that you were here. We lost a lot of nice people that joined us along the way.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And some not nice people. Yeah, I guess we sort of recap it for him. We sort of give him the whole.
You give him pretty much. I mean, we'll say, you know, the Reader's Digest version, and he's like, "Jesus, I've read about kobolds. I've never seen one, and the fact that they're right under the city is pretty crazy." I mean, you guys did me a huge solid. I sleep in a regular bed now. This shit's crazy. I owe you guys so much.
You owe us nothing, Oni. You deserve it. You're a good person.
You're part of the fuckless 5.
Hopefully not for wrong, right?
Not for wrong?
For long.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, no matter what happens, Oni, even when you are no longer fuckless, you will always be fuckless to us.
Thank you. You know, I've been looking into, you know, some language stuff, and fuckless, and I think this is like a good, because it might put off some people. It's gnomish for brave.
So we've heard.
Were you the one that put that in the Duke's ear earlier?
I think it was the Duchess, but I overheard.
Well, that's great.
That is not the context.
It's not.
We...
It's not.
No, I know.
Mean it.
I know what the context is, but like, should you guys? Fuck, it happens. If it could happen to me, it could happen to you.
Yes. When the Queen bids you do your service, you must do your service. That's how it works. But
interesting. No.
Also, thank you for not saying anything about Anisoptera's hands.
It's
just
just
barely floating above.
I mean, to be honest, as a fellow caster, I love Gwen. I love Gwen. It fucking happens a lot around here, you know. It can the fact like it's everywhere. It's the entire town, really. But yeah, literally the other day, literally the day after you guys left, I tried to cast prestidigitation to clean up some of the mess from the kidnapping, and I turned blue for 48 hours. I was blue.
Oh, you're a big fat liar. No
I
way.
wish we'd seen that.
That would have been cute.
It was it was a look.
Wow.
Do you mind translating to Gwendolyn only signs or Lorna signs? They're both signs.
Yeah, Gwendolyn and Lorna sign. And Oni is starting to learn, but you guys have only been gone like a little bit over a week, so he's like, he only knows a few things.
Do you mind translating for us, Oni?
I mean, she can hear, she just can't speak.
Gwendolyn or Lorna? I don't remember.
Lorna is mute.
Gotcha.
I
didn't remember. I couldn't remember.
To be fair, in the real world, it's been like months.
How are you, Gwendolyn and Lorna? How are you? Do you mind passing that along?
Lorna signs something, and Gwendolyn laughs. And she's like, "She's great. It's good." She says, "It's good to see you guys. Yeah, I mean, you guys saved her life last time. And I'm really, I appreciate you guys so much for bringing Oni here, and he's kept me safe. And we've been kind of working on trying to find some kind of legal loophole for the two of us to get married, because I'm not like immediately in line for the throne. It's possible that I could swing something with him."
Well, and you should just be able to do whatever you want.
There's all kinds of rules. You know how you know how it is.
I think we can, pull some strings. We like you.
We'll work on how it
make
is.
something happen.
I appreciate that.
You want to come with us to our house, Oni?
He like looks at Lorna, and Lorna kind of like thinks for a second and just kind of shakes her head yes, and he's like, "Okay, yeah,
Is that safe for him? Is it safe to have anyone with us?
What do you know,
I don't know anything.
Oni?
I mean,
it
what
might
could
be
go
hard-
wrong? You guys are the heroes of the city. Surely nothing. You have no enemies. But I'd love to.
All right, so we're gonna put Oni in the front.
Oni, come along. Oni, you're gonna be great.
Cool. This is a
All
wonderful
right.
idea. What we're doing. Not that there's anything wrong with the house yet.
Fuck. Yet?
What? Did you guys head to your new house?
Let's do it.
I don't know. Should we?
You think we should check on the goats that were eating the crops first?
God, I would love to see like a democratic like election, and they're like, "I'm gonna get these goats out of here," and like,
Don't
people...
you remember earlier there was the man complaining about the goats who were eating his crops? I don't remember when we were in court. Did it sound like they resolved that, or does it seem
That's
like
a
we need to
potential
step in and
quest.
do something for those?
The Duke
goats
has a
and
very
crops?
stern no goats eating crops policy, so I think the goat may or may not have been put down.
No, the goat was put to the sword.
It's a shame, but you know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta put your
Why?
foot down.
What? The goat didn't deserve that. For eating crops? Whose fault is that? Not the goats.
No, it's not the goat. So the guy was hit with a pretty hefty fine, and now he doesn't have
Well,
a
then
goat.
that should have been it. The
I
goat
mean-
shouldn't lose its life.
Well, it's a goat.
You're right.
You know.
Is this about the goat, or is this about something else?
It's about the goat.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know. Should we GTFO?
I say we
H.
check out the
so.
place.
What is that?
Picking rooms.
I've not heard. That's not an expression in the Feywild. GTFO. What does that stand for?
GTFOOH. Let's get the fuck out of here. I just came up with it.
You're very intelligent.
Wow, you're brilliant, Kerfaderk. That's
TY.
quite clever.
TYVM.
Ooh.
MB.
Oh, you're
My baby.
frozen.
Okay, I don't even have like a kindergarten education. You're blowing my fucking mind right now.
Thank you. I can teach you much more back in our butt room.
We
Oni,
don't know if we have
I
one.
don't have a butt room.
Then we
Well,
will make one.
we decided that his bedroom will be the butt room if there isn't one, right? I feel like that's where
How
we
are gonna
landed.
have a butt room? We're the fuckless four.
Well, if we have
But,
visitors,
well, I was going to say, what about guests?
You're fine.
If Oni and Gwendolyn want to stay with us, they, do what they like.
You're right.
I need everybody to be down with us building a butt room. I need it.
I'm down. You're not getting any resistance here.
Whatever.
Cool.
All right.
Let's do
So
it.
if you guys will turn to your Roll20 maps, you'll see a sort of you guys walk through the streets and you find yourselves in a very large you walk through the old district and you kind of like follow the map quest instructions on the scroll and you see a huge 2-story house.
Jesus.
And it has sort of like steps up the
Wow.
side that lead in. You also like maybe as you kind of walk around there's a back door and there is a side door as well. Oni is like flabbergasted, the whole shebang, as he really kind of likes the whole thing. But the who has the key? Who heads in first?
I feel like Avigard should have everything, right?
I'll take it
sort
from
of,
here.
sort of where we've landed.
All right, and I go. Hold on, let me find myself. Oh, there I am. Okay. I'll unlock that big, heavy, scary door
All right.
and let myself in.
Wow, James, I'm so impressed by this beautiful map you made that's surely not going to have a single encounter in it.
So you open the door and you see a foyer, and it's like the carpet is musty and old. A lot of this stuff in here is gonna need to be replaced or updated, but it's pretty decent size.
It's beautiful.
There's a
I love the vibe.
staircase that leads to a second floor, and then there is a hallway that leads further in.
Very good. All right. I think I'll just stay on this first level for now and go ahead down this hallway and see what I find.
Cool. The first door on your left kind of opens into a sort of workshop. And this part of the place is pretty it's half inside, half outside. It's a like workshop slash sort of like smithing area. Depending, obviously, like the forge hasn't been lit in ages, and there are tons of like dusty scrolls where like maybe people have tried to craft spells and stuff here, that sort of thing.
Wow.
But it's a nice little zone. By the way, there is going to be no encounter at present. I'll
Okay.
This is your house, and I just wanted to show you guys. So here you have a nice little main room that branches off into a sort of armory here. And then there's a kitchen here and some storage here.
Sick.
And again, a lot of the stuff will need to be replaced and upkept. Like, it's mostly like the bones. The building's got good bones. Over here, there appears to be steps that would lead to a basement, but when you go down the steps, you are met with like a sheer brick wall. So either the basement was never built or it's been blocked off, that kind of thing.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Over here, there is an office and a bedroom.
Nice.
Then here is the back door.
Important.
Over here is a very lavish bedroom slash workshop area.
With a little elevated, with a little loft situation.
Yeah, a nice little loft there for you. Also got some pretty decent windows, so you can kind of like see out.
Nice.
And then
the second floor?
Yes, there is a second floor. And we'll take you guys there in a moment.
Boop, 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 boop,
you know how Roll20 is with their fucking reveal tool, so this is going to take me a moment.
Reveal yourself.
Boom. All right.
Wow.
All right. You kind of this is the stairs that lead you back. These are the stairs that take you up. And then there's like a secondary. It's sort of like you can look down and see the main room right there. Right here. And then there is another bedroom. And some more, like a little side room. There is this is another way into that first bedroom. That's sort of like lofted area. This door takes you straight into the loft. And then there's a nice little balcony over here. There's a sort of more woodsy bedroom, I guess you could call it. It's another kind of like workshop, place of worship, bedroom area. And then you have like what seems to be some kind of like shrine slash garden that is super overrun with plants.
The Duke thought of everything.
This is perfect.
It really is.
There's your
well, I'm standing right now in what I think would be the perfect butt room.
That is the center of
I'm
the hall.
surveying everything. We'll need to get rid of that table.
I feel more interesting.
I'm gonna start making myself comfortable in here.
Avigard's like, this seems like the perfect kind of bedroom.
I like this one. I'm going to stay in here if that's okay with the rest of the group. Please.
No,
if
yeah.
you
Put your
like anything
tokens
else.
where you wanna set up shop for your bedroom.
I think I've got to go for this woodsy
We know which one you get.
Fantastic.
Come on. My Kerfaderk's gonna take it off my ass. Come on.
Can someone carry my hands up there for me?
Of course.
Can me and like Kerfaderk both take a hand and we're like swinging him in between?
There you go. And
wow.
And is there anything else you guys want to do before night falls in your first night in your place? Oni he looks around. He seems to he gawks at the place. He's like, "This is huge! Oh my god!" But he eventually he heads out and calls it a night for himself.
Well, it feels a little late to cook. Should we order a pizza or something?
Yeah, let's see if we can get delivery out here.
Do any of you have DoorDash prepped? The spell DoorDash?
Create food and water, no.
No.
It's an option, but I don't have it right now.
Damn.
Could do mischief.
But I could.
I'm assuming everything around us is our other homes. Like this isn't like a stable, is it?
Where did
Like
no
these
yeah
other
these are all
buildings
other
us?
homes.
There's no Little Caesars next door.
No.
There is a
OG Caesars.
there's a mutton hut about
Mutton Hut.
Yeah, right. I just can't think of what old timey pizza would be. There's a Mutton Hut, probably about just far enough away that it would be easier to DoorDash, but like you could walk and you probably should.
You know what? I can haul it. You know, I got a backpack. It's a fresh backpack, and I can just like put our food in there, and I'll haul it back for all of us.
We will then, you guys you get some food, you settle into your new house. The beds are all kind of like not in great condition, but it's the first bed you guys have slept in what feels like
greatest bed I've ever fucking felt in my life.
And we will take a 5, and when we get back, we're gonna do some downtime and stuff. So we will see you guys in about 5 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so how is everybody doing?
I think good.
Well.
All right, good to know. Good to know. Okay, so what would you guys? Who would like to go first? For you guys have about a week's worth of downtime.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, what would you like to do?
I'll go first. I go into town to hire a contractor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I look around downtown. Is there a hardware place somewhere that I can find somebody who's good at building things?
Certainly. You make your way sort of through town. Can you just give me a perception check?
Ooh, 18.
18. All right. You managed to find there are a couple different like contractors you could go with, but you find out that the best one is called like Greg's guys. It's Greg's guys, and Greg's guys are the guys to go to. That's what their slogan. And
Like thing?
Beg pardon?
Sorry,
What did you say?
nothing.
Oh, okay. All right, but yeah, they are the place to go. And you can you kind of like walk in and you see a couple of gnomes kind of like tinkering with various stuff. And there's one behind the desk. He says, hello there. What can I do for you?
I have a few questions.
Sure.
Okay.
What are those questions? Oh, yes, you.
So, first question, what does fuckless mean in Gnomish?
It means brave.
Cool. Okay. Checks out. Second question. I hear that you guys are the best of the best. I'm looking. Have you ever heard of a butt room?
Butt room? Yeah, we've had to build a couple of those down in the sort of upper districts. Yeah. I mean, I personally, I'm a kind of like do it in the backyard kind of guy, but hey, everybody's different.
Sick. Could I get a quote to build a butt room in the main area of a 2-story house?
The main area. That's a bold butt room right there. What's the?
I haven't quite gotten consent from my housemates, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
Consent is key. We're pretty big on that around here.
All right, I'll ask them. But how much do you think it would cost?
Well, depending on the square footage, I would say anywhere from 300 to 500 gold. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Sure, yeah. Do you have the gold here, or should we sign sort of like a contract?
We have to sign a contract. I have my gold with my. Somebody holds on to my gold.
All right, stand by. Any, do you speak Gnomish?
No.
All right. Go up, yeah, right. Yeah, come on over. And so a gnome, sort of like with a comical wizard hat, sort of approaches, and he says, So, what's the contract? Pretty standard. We're going for a butt room in the main area of a 2-story house. We're going to say, for the contract, for feasibility's sake, we're going to say 400 gold pieces, kind of meet in the middle there. Barring any kind of strange complications, perhaps he hasn't quite gotten consent from the rest of his housemates. Oh, yeah, you got to get consent. Yeah, you got to get consent. So, we're just going to, do you have a stand? Yeah, I've got a standard one right here. All right, if you give me your finger. The gnome gives him his finger, and he kind of like pokes it, and then casts a little spell, and his signature appears on the paper. He says, all right, can I have your finger too, please?
I would just like to roll to see perception to see if I think it might be cool if I squeeze them.
What?
I like give them a little squeeze because they're so cute.
Oh, yeah. I would say give me an insight check.
I gotta reroll. It's a 6.
It's 6. I bet the wizard guy would love a hug. He's a bit of a sourpuss. What are you doing? Hey, hey! You put me down right now.
Okay, sorry. I thought that would go better.
Listen, bud. Just give me the blood. Let me go home.
Okay, sorry.
All of that consent talk, and you just picked him up.
I'll side. Sure.
All right, and what is your true name?
It's Kerfaderk.
Okay, Kerfaderk last name.
That's just it. It's Kerfaderk.
Right? He sort of makes the blood kind of like, and then poof. Yeah, your name sort of written in your own handwriting, sealed on the contract. He's like, all right, if the contract is broken, you neglect to pay, or if the house is not up to spec, you will be charged 400 gold pieces, and a portion of your soul will belong to Greg's guys.
Wait. The house is not up to spec? What does that mean?
Well, you know, if like that it kind of varies on legal things. You know, if there's like a load-bearing wall that you want us to break down, and we do that, and our guys get hurt, or
yeah,
if you don't have consent, that's kind of also baked into that. You know,
what?
If you don't have consent,
Like
I mean, you own the house, right?
Yeah.
You do own the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then everything should be good. Yeah, everything should be good, just as long as you own the house. You know, everything's up to spec. Thank you for stopping by. We could, if you could just give us your address, we'll be down there probably later tomorrow, and I can start sending some guys, and we can get started.
Sure. I give him the address. Then I run to try and find everybody else.
Okay, and I will just say, we'll just go person by person. Roland, do you consent to having a butt room in the main room?
Regretfully, yes, I do. I consent.
Anisoptera, do you consent to a butt room in the main hall?
Please.
Here's the only thing I think. I think I would love, and if this means a little extra gold, we can make that happen. If it's the sort of thing where like it looks like a normal living room, and then you like tap a wall and things pop down and slide away, and like I'd love a space that could transform, depending on who we're entertaining, whether it's pure butt room, pure something else, some combination.
It's gonna cost a fortune. But I mean,
Avigard, do you consent to a butt room in the main hall?
Avigard, can I please have 400 of my coins? I need to
You
build.
don't have 400 coins of your own.
Just
It's fine for you to build a butt room, but I don't think it's fair for you to expect all of us to pay for it.
Oh no!
Why don't you do what you best? Do what you do best.
Oh, please. Just 400 of my own coins.
Go on a week tour of concerts.
Oh, I can go on a week tour of concerts. I have a new song.
Wait, but didn't we each get 500?
Yeah, you all were given 500 for a total of 2,000.
Yeah.
I forgot.
That's what I was talking about.
Right.
I mean, I am charging you interest, but regardless.
Interest.
That's fair.
No, that's not how that works. It's not fair, but I'm doing it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. Here you go. 400 coins.
Amazing. Thank you very much. So we're okay. Now everybody's cool with the butt room.
All right. So as the week goes on, do you petition for it to be like a fancier butt room, or do you go just with the standard?
As the week goes on, I kind of I ask him just out of curiosity, what would the quote be to make it a secret butt room, where you press a button and then it turns from a normal kitchen to a butt room?
Ah, you're one of them kinky fuckers, ain't you?
No, I'm fuckless.
Hey, man! Like I said, I'm a do it out in the dirt kind of guy. So like, who am I to judge, man? You get your butt room going how you get your butt room going. There, you'll find no quarrel from me. Yeah, that'll probably be like an extra 100, 150 gold. We'll probably put it on the safe side, make it 150, so that'll take you to 550. We'll just have to get our contract guy back in here again, but it shouldn't be that bad.
You can have 150 my gold, Kerfaderk.
Oh, thank you.
Easy.
Yes, I think let's 100% do it. Let's go forward with a secret butt room.
Right. So with your sort of supervision, we get Kerfaderk's butt room, which is now the main centerpiece, and it looks because the contractors came in, they made it look like a relatively nice. It's sort of like a dining / living room area, like a common area. There are couches. There's a great big table for you guys to eat at. And Kerfaderk, and only you know, of there is a sconce that, if twisted a certain way, will turn it into a very traditional butt room.
James,
Yes.
could you clarify for us exactly what changes in the room when he pulls the sconce
Yes.
So I would say,
to make it a butt room?
I would say it's sort of at week's end when the contractors leave and everyone else is in bed. Kerfaderk, kind of like in his little nightgown, goes into the main room, goes to the one sconce, gives it a quarter turn, and the table kind of shifts to become longer and little divots, not divots. What am I looking for? Like little hooks kind of appear where potentially one could fashion ropes. The candles immediately light with a continual flame spell of sort of like a nice red, good mood lighting. There is a magic mouth spell that activates, and a sort of not Barry Manilow. It would be Gary's Gotta Blow. Starts singing, kind of that comes.
He does. He certainly does. He's got a blow
right above the right above the sort of back wall, and sort of like the couches extend to like big love seats, heart-shaped love seats, that kind of thing, and the wood panels just become sort of like dance mats. No. The wood panels flip and become like that kind of, what is that material even? You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you've ever
sweaty, whatever it is.
Yeah, that like weird sweaty sort of plastic, sort of foam thing. That's what the ground becomes. It smells. Yeah. It smells like a new car because obviously this butt room hasn't been used yet. But yeah, that's what Kerfaderk's.
What about?
Maybe it never will. That's the thing. But
but you guys know it's there, and that's what's important.
Are there any are there any things to do with butts in the room?
You would have to like commission butt art, I guess, but there are some like butt motifs. We'll say that the love seat looks like a butt more than it looks like a heart. Cool. And the sort of mat has like a butt shaped etching. Sort of
I am
pattern.
Over the moon. I am beyond satisfied.
Moon.
And I'm going to
Moon.
And he's going to cry. All right, so you take yourself a nice little step back. You enjoy yourself.
Ooh. I have a question about the butt room.
Yes,
right
Avigard.
now? Thank you. So I noticed on the map that you can like see down from the top.
I was wondering that too.
And I think you can also maybe see the sky. Is it still open when it's a butt room, or does it become enclosed?
The sort of the wooden beams, they're actually
it's gotta be open. It's gotta be.
No, yeah,
it's gotta be open.
They retract into the side wall, so you can basically, like, instead of a mirrored roof, it's like a canopy. Like, you can look up at the stars.
Oh,
yes.
As you vote.
Yes, and from the second floor, you could. It looks like there's a walk. I was going to ask too. It looks like there's a walkway from the second floor. You could voyeur.
Yeah, you could stand in the cats and watch.
Exactly.
That's gonna be so nice to not fucking.
Yeah, it's a nice little area for sure.
And someday we'll have to get the Duke's cream guy in.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god, that's the next thing.
Everyone remembers that NPC. Yep. The most important person we met.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix something. What did you say?
The cream chef.
Oh, the cream. Oh god, you mean the patisserie?
Yes, the patisserie.
Everyone's favorite NPC, the patisserie.
Yes.
We'll get him back.
We will.
God, what have I done? All right, who would like to go next?
Has anybody got anything they want to do? Or is it
I mean, yeah, I have things I want to do.
What you want to
I want to scour this house. I'm going to it's been owned before, and I want to discover its mystery. I want to find out what is the deal with this place.
Give me. Do you spend the entire week doing this, or is this like a?
I'll spend the first couple days doing this.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay. 17 plus 7.
Holy jeez Christ. Welcome to level 5, everybody. So you scour this house, kind of like while the contractors are coming in and setting up the butt room. And do you want to do the first floor first or the second floor?
First floor.
Okay. So on the first floor, the main things that you find is it looks like whoever lived here before you guys, and you can pick this up on like various motifs throughout the house. Whoever lived here last, this was some kind of like, not what do you call it?
butt room?
No, it seemed to be. You're picking up a lot of dragon motifs, which in this city is a little taboo.
Right.
Because the place was ravaged by a dragon for literal generations, so it's a little taboo for there to be as much dragon memorabilia and motifs as you find, and you kind of end up putting together that this place used to be kind of owned by some kind of dragon worshippers, or maybe people who are incredibly sympathetic to Boravel. Namely, sort of your own bedroom, this kind of like lofted, cool area, has like, you find a secret compartment that has what looks to be some kind of a dagger with a dragon's head, and you kind of, after fiddling with it, you can remove the dragon's head, and there's like a very, you would recognize this as having worked with the sanguine. It's like a cyanide capsule, basically. And written on the bottom of the pommel is something in Draconic. But like the cyanide capsule is, since like it's dusty, it's super expired, it would make you sick and could kill you, but it's nowhere near as much of a guarantee as it probably used to.
Right. Not so potent anymore.
Yeah, so that's what you find on the first floor.
Awesome.
Do you wish to check out the second floor? That's probably going to take another day.
Yeah, we'll take another day to do that.
Cool. All right, give me another investigation check.
Okay. Not so good this time. 10.
10. The only thing that really stands out to you is in Anisoptera's sort of like room and rooftop garden. The statue there, which is of a sort of like generic dwarven woman. The stone is a lot newer compared to everything else in the house. So there may have been, the sort of like the base of the statue is an older stone, but the statue itself is newer, leading you to believe that there used to be a different statue here that has since been replaced by this.
Interesting.
That's the main thing you pick up from the second floor.
Cool. For good measure, can we just say that while I was exploring for those 2 days, I was also thoroughly cleaning this house?
Oh, absolutely. Kind of like while the contractors are dusting up the main room, you've kind of like made this place feel like a little homier.
Right.
It now looks like people live in it. Not it's, the condition of a lot of things is still not great, but at least it's clean. I would say that all that probably took half your week-ish. What would you like to do with the rest of it?
I have plans to study. I have a few things I have plans to study.
Okay.
One of them being, I know I like kind of mastered my Raven dagger already, but I would like to spend more time with it and work on that. And then I also found this really cool compartment dagger just now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to practice with that as well. So those are 2 things I want to work on.
I would say give me... Have you roll for this? Give me an Arcana check. Particularly in regards to your Raven dagger, we'll say.
All right, 11.
11. After kind of like you have attuned to this dagger, right? Like it is basically an extension of yourself almost. You've noticed kind of like maybe as you go to the sort of half outdoor, half indoor section, like workshop by Kerfaderk's room, like maybe you set up a dummy or something that you've been like throwing the dagger at, and it'll turn into the raven and then come back. It'll turn into the raven, and then once it makes its target, it'll turn back into a dagger. You sort of feel this developing connection with it. And I will say, would you roll an 11?
Yeah.
You begin to recognize that if you spend more time with this, there is untapped potential in this weapon. And what that means on a mechanical level is basically if you do this again and you roll higher, you will unlock another ability for the dagger.
Amazing. Okay, what about the other dagger that I found?
The other dagger, it functions as a regular dagger. There's nothing fantastic about it other than the hidden compartment that you can hide things in should you so desire.
Cool. Yeah, I'll be doing that. Okay, the last thing I want to practice this week, spend some time. I want to just learn a little bit of Draconic.
Okay.
Smart.
Can I do that? Like a tiny bit?
You can learn a tiny bit, but there will be a caveat.
What's the caveat?
The caveat is Avigard knows of 2 ways to learn Draconic. One of which is to go to the Council of Stars and like take a class, or rent a book.
Yeah, I'll read a book.
You'll read a book? Okay. So the book itself is going to cost you 20 gold.
That's fine.
And then just make me an intelligence check.
Okay. 18. 18.
I would say you sort of the book has it's kind of like from a collection of books, and it's like the Draconic sort of version of this book, and it has a sort of an owl familiar on it. That's sort of like very it's like covered in moss, so the owl looks kind of green. And it's like Duolongo's, guide to Draconic, and kind of like you stay with it, and you manage to basically like you have like a toddler level understanding of Draconic right now.
Okay.
So you could pick out some words, and I would say on the dagger that you got, the sort of like little sigil, like the thing on the bottom of the compartment, what you're able to make out, it says death something something.
Death something something. Well, okay, cool.
There you go, Avigard. That is your week. Who would like to go next?
I got a couple things.
Go for it.
I think honestly I waste the first couple sitting in a pub drinking and like buying a couple rounds for everybody there, just trying to like buy some friends for a minute, and then I I try and play some poker. I lose a little bit more money. I play some dice. I lose even more money, and then by the end of the week I'm like, I need to do something where I know I'm going to make a profit. So I think I'm gonna try one of these like fighting pits. Because I'm the hero of the town, We're the Avengers of this city.
All right, I would say your carousing cost you probably about 20 gold. And
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say make just a flat charisma check for me.
Oh fuck. Okay, you got it. Let's see how that goes.
Just to see like
okay.
how did it go?
Yeah, 12. 12. Just about as good as I thought it would.
All right. Actually, you're able to hear about this pit fighting thing from a friend you made for carousing for several days at the Blind Yeti.
Awesome.
There is a what looks to be, and you have never. I mean, you tell me if maybe. Oh, did we lose somebody? Oh, we lost Isaac. Okay, so that's why it looks. That's why. Forgive us. That's why our thing looks a little strange. So I'm gonna go back to this. I know that it says that Dustin is Avigard, but he's not. Dustin,
Yes.
sorry, Roland. Goodness, now I'm all turned upside down. You meet an Earth Genasi named Brick.
Of course.
And Brick's a big lad, and Brick likes to drink, and Brick thinks you're fun as shit. And Brick, you overhear at one point, like maybe after one of your card games, Brick just kind of like throws the cards down. He's like, man, you know, if my arm was still any good. And you see that, like, you know, one of his arms is sort of like a little withered. It's like, if my arm was still good, I could probably still fight. I got a couple of friends down in pit fighting, and oh man, I used to be loaded back then. I can't gamble for shit. Hold on.
Wait, you made some good money in this pit?
Yeah. Nothing beats it.
I mean, if someone were to, like, is it like gladiatorial style? Do you fight a beast? Is it like, or is it just another dude unarmed combat?
Well, I'm kind of breaking the rules here, because the first rule of pit fighting is no one talks about pit fighting.
Oh, of course. Like, my lips are sealed. But, like, if you were to unzip yours for a moment.
Well, the main thing is, it's you and one other person, and you just duke it out until one of you goes down, right? Now, people have died, and we, you know, kind of hope that you don't, you know, kick the bucket, but...
Well, yeah, of course. I mean... Yeah.
But sometimes people die. It's a little part of it.
It happens. It happens.
You know, I used to be a muscle for the Sanguine back in the day.
No shit.
Yeah. Nothing too intense. One day, we're robbing this wizard, right?
All right, okay.
And so my job was to kind of like stand at the door and look official in case the guy came home, and then I was supposed to be like, hey, I work for the crown, and, you know, you're not allowed in, that kind of thing. He clocked me a mile away, cast this strange fucking spell on me, my arm, jacked up for the rest of my life now.
That sucks. It sounds like you did relatively well in this pit, though.
Oh, no, yeah, I was brilliant at it. But, you know, times change. But I could hook you up with my guy if you're interested in it.
If you'd, you know, be willing to put in a good word. I mean, I'd love to get, you know, I may be living in a new place, but I still need some money. You know, I'm not I'm not a business person. I don't make a lot of, you know, money on the ports or anything like that. I need to, you know, make money with my hands, and apparently a good way to do that is, you know, putting a fist in it. Yeah.
All right. Then come on. I'll take you there. So you he takes you through what's it called? My mind is genuinely blanking on my own city here. He takes you through Murky Hall, and it's a pretty seedier part of town. The last time you were here was when that Triton Ripper, I believe his name was, got like totally crucified.
Not a great part of town.
No, not super great.
Spencer's father, right?
Supposedly. The
fanfics will say.
Yes.
And so you guys, the two of you kind of like, he does like a secret knock at one of the doors, and it looks like just like a regular tannery, like where you would go for leather. But after like a couple of secret code phrases are passed, the tanner opens a cellar door, and you find yourself in a pit. Right? You see that there are like people who can like watch, and like there's all kinds of side betting going on.
Okay.
And he says, all right, I put your name on the docket. You're going to get one fight tonight. Is that all right?
Yeah, no, I mean, that'd be incredible. I appreciate it a ton.
Great. And we'll, how about for this, just this first one, you know, we'll split the winnings. How's that sound?
I mean, you're the guy who got me here. You're like my agent, you know?
Well, hold on.
I'm totally cool.
And Brick puts his little hand on your shoulder. You can fight, right?
I would hope so. It's kind of like what I do for, you know, not a living, but like for the town. Yes, I can fight.
All right. Good to know.
But okay, this is no melee, right? Like this is like just hand to hand, no like axes and bladed weapons and stuff like that, right?
Nah, I just met you. What do I look like? A fucking serial killer? You're fine.
Okay.
That's the big leagues. We're not even in the minors right now. This is trial.
Got you. So like if someone like a sorcerer stepped into the ring, would they be allowed to do like fireballs and shit? Like that doesn't seem fair at all.
Oh, you're right. That shit ain't fair.
But it happens?
It's sort of like there's a guy over there, and you follow his fingers. He points to what looks to be some kind of owl folk. And the owl folk has has like an eye patch over one of their eyes. And he's like, that guy's a sort of like magic referee. And so if someone casts a spell that's deemed too tough, he swoops in, counterspells it, and then the person gets dinged, right?
Okay. Well, that seems pretty cool.
Yeah, but just be careful. There might be some magic out there.
Got you.
I would say over the course of the week, I will say you have the opportunity to be in 3 fights.
Great.
So for that first night with Brick, your first fight, you're up against what looks to be like a Goliath. I mean, you guys live. This is a sort of mountain city, so there are a couple Goliaths. You kind of maybe expected this.
Love it.
And he's just this big fucking guy. I need you to make me an athletics check.
You got it. I remind you, I am 5'4", just in terms of
Good to know. You are a little boy.
So that's gonna be a 9. That's gonna be a 9, is what that is.
It's a 9, he says.
Yeah. First, I wasn't warmed up.
No, yeah, you're
a couple beers in me.
You're
fighting off a hangover.
Your first fight, this Goliath manages to palm your head like a basketball, and does that whole thing where like you're swinging at him and he's just kind of holding you at arm's length. But you, he eventually just straight up picks you up and just slams you in the sand of the pit, and it's
as he should,
and it's lights out. Like that's the fight. Fight goes sideways. Brick kind of picks you up and kind of like splashes water in your face, and he's like, said you could fight, man. I mean,
yeah, I don't know what's going on. I typically there's like this like ocean magic that I can bring out. It like there's like tendrils that happen. Typically, I'd be able to reach and get. But I think the other guy is kind of being a dick right now, and he's not helping me out. So I I can pick it up. I'm that was my first fight. I'm just learning.
All right, I'll see what I can do, but I'm gonna take 75 next time because you busted my balls here. I'm putting my neck out for you.
I mean, he busted my fucking nose up too, so I get what you feel.
You're fine. You got some weird water magic. So maybe the next night or the night after he comes to. Do you tell him where you live, or do you guys like have a meeting place?
I don't think I like give him my address in the sense that like I just wouldn't do that. With somebody I don't intimately know, especially when this kind of mother madness shit is going on.
Fair enough.
But I do think we just meet at the pub.
Okay, so he meets you there. You guys go through the whole rigmarole. He takes you over to Murky Hall, and this time you find yourself up against a wood elf, very slender, probably like 5'10", very very lean looking.
Okay.
And I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics? All right, I guess I'll do that then. Okay. Well, that's an 8. God damn it.
Guy. He is pulling some crazy, like, judo chops and flips and kicks and just... I will say this. I will let you expend...
Can I do, like, a, combat superiority die?
I was going to say, yeah, you can roll a superiority die to add to that 8.
It's not going to be a lot. Can I use 2? Because I have 4 per day.
You have 4 per day. I'll let you use 2. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, cool. That might get me out of something here. 4 and a 4.
So 16.
4 and a 4.
All right. So you kind of like you've rested up. You're all ready. You kind of came into that first fight drunk, right? You just weren't really
absolutely
aware what you were getting yourself into. But on the
cocky.
second one, you managed to basically do like a takedown where like he comes at you with a a right cross, and you quickly dip under, kind of using your shorter stature to your advantage, and quickly sort of like sweep his legs, taking his support out from under him. And after like some pretty intense grappling, you manage to get him in a good hold that keeps him firmly planted until he taps out, and you end up winning that fight.
Fuck yes. All right. Yeah. And I go up to Brick and I'm like, that's how we do it.
That's what I'm talking about. You just needed the right opponent. That's what it is.
Oh my God. My head is still ringing from last night though.
All right. Here is your here's your cut, and he gives you 10 gold pieces.
10 gold. 10 gold for that. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
you know,
you
it wasn't
keep 100%
a huge
of the
opponent.
earnings last time.
Well,
Or
yeah,
next time.
right. Yeah. I pocket the 10 gold. We grab another round of drinks, and then you said I got one more?
Yes, there's one more fight if you choose to be a part of it.
Oh, I absolutely do. After that win, Roland is on top of the world.
All right, can you before this fight happens, can you roll a D100 for me?
Fuck, I guess so.
No reason.
Okay, that's 78. I don't know what it
78?
means, but 78.
All right, you're good. So, whoa. So Brick takes
Great.
you same rigmarole, but at this point, like you know the passphrase. You know where to go. You know what you're doing.
Roland feels so cool right now.
This next fight, you find yourself up against a Triton.
Oh.
Kind of like with their with very, very short hair. And they're a good like 6'2". Like this is a big fella. For this fight, I need you to make a Constitution check, and I want you to roll 1 hit die to add on top of it.
Is it a Constitution check or a save?
Check, not save.
Okay. Oh my God, that's a 9.
With the hit die?
No, not with the hit die. Shit. Why do I not know my hit die? I think it's a D6.
For a fighter, it should be like a D10, I think.
A D10?
Yeah,
I'll go
for
with
a fighter.
D10. Let's do it then. I haven't played a fighter in forever, so here we go. Ah,
No, you're
fuck,
good.
it doesn't matter. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
So it's 11.
11. You unfortunately do not win this fight, and you get this weird, like, you've not been relying on the other guy, you know, like this has been raw Roland. But while you're fighting this Triton, you feel the presence of the other guy, but in a purely observational sense. And I would think there's this weird sensation after you lose. Like, obviously you're hurt and you're not in good shape. You feel like this sense of judgment, but also pride. It's a very weird feeling at the end.
The emotions are starting to meld of the two.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Like, the other guy feels proud, maybe not necessarily of you, and is disappointed definitely in you.
Brick, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened with that last one. I'm assuming I didn't make anything, right?
I tell you what, can I be honest with you? I bet against you,
Yeah.
so I'm fucking rich. But yeah, I figure it's only fair if I cut you in a little bit. And he gives you 50 gold.
I take that gold and I shove it right back into his chest and I say, part of me is just, I can't take this.
Look, man, hey, everyone's got their pride or whatever, but I'm here to tell you, if you're willing to take the fall, I could set you up on some fucking choice fights and we could walk away rich. Just, hey, you don't got to give me an answer right now. Just keep it in mind.
maybe later this week, but I think I need to. I think I need to talk to someone before I do this again.
Sure, yeah. You do whatever you got to do, buddy.
Cool. I'll see you, Brick.
Likewise. And all right, that is it for Roland's week. Anisoptera. Son of a... Why is this... All right, Anisoptera. What are you up to?
Well, the first thing I'd like to do is take a hunk of this weather whale and do some experiments because I would love to keep playing with this glyph of warding spell, but I don't want it to cost a buttload of gold every time. And so if there's a way to turn this, cool magic stone into something that, into a practical spell component.
You have 4 hunks of weather whale. And so how weather whale works mechanically is it can be used to replace any material component and will empower the spell. If the component has a gold cost, you will need 2.
Okay.
What are you?
Okay,
I
so
guess
I
my
don't
question for you is, what are you trying to experiment? Like, what are you testing? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, I guess what I wanted to know is if it was even possible to use weather whale to replace gold for the purposes of a glyph of warding. But it seems like the answer already exists, and the answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, great. I feel like Anisoptera went to maybe the same library Avigard got their book on Draconic at, and went and was ready to like sit down for a week of research on Weatherwell to see if this works. And the librarian was like, "Oh yeah, you actually it's just
you just got to do that."
Well, wonderful. Okay, well then, I guess I sit in this beautiful green room in this beautiful house, and I'm really enjoying the situation and on this adventure in the mortal plane. But the whole reason I came here in the first place was because Titania's not well. I was trying to find the rumored magic plant in Boroval's treasure, and so I'd love to use the sending spell to try and communicate back home. Not in my typical route has been prayer with Titania, but I'd love to send, because I now have this, here we are, level 5, 3rd level spells. I'd love to send a message to a fellow fairy, just get a read on the situation, or how I wasn't the only one who went out. I wasn't the only one who was trying to find a fix. See if anyone else has made progress.
All right. So tell me again how sending works. Can you send it across planes, or is it just the plane of existence you're on?
As a matter of fact, you can. You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in like manner immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message. You can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence.
Fabulous.
But if the target is on a different plane than you, there is a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. All
right. Well, 2 things happen. First, roll a d100 to see if that happens.
Is the high 5% or the low 5%?
I'm going to say it's low. If you roll a 0, 0, and a 5.
Okay. That is 40.
40. Okay, so the message you make goes through. All right. So what message do you relay? And is this like a fairy companion? Like, you guys went to fairy school together? Like, what's your relationship with this person?
This is a fairy named Vespine.
Cool.
Who I was tight with going back, and I know they're skilled with magic.
Fair enough.
Best chance of being able to communicate back. And the message is, hiya, it's Anisoptera from the material plane. Things are exciting, mostly well. Progress inconclusive. How are things?
Okay. You send that message out.
Yes.
And after probably like maybe a good hour, you're just kind of sitting meditating in the garden. You receive a ping back. It's your friend Vespine. And how many words do they have in response? Can they respond?
Manner, so it's they can answer you in like manner immediately.
Okay, so it doesn't take an hour. Vespine responds right away. Good to hear. Stay safe. Titania better. Titania hurt. I was like, she's doing better, but still not great. And then the last bit of the message is garbled. Because a wild magic surge goes off, I need you to make another D100 for me.
Fuck. Well, I guess I got a week to keep trying this. But really, that is a 14.
14. Ooh, that's low.
Close.
Why does this keep happening to you? So your Anisoptera doesn't really have hair per se, but your antennae.
Oh, and I have very fine hair, like a spider, I'd say.
Your fine hair, which is used more to kind of like feel air currents and stuff.
Yeah.
Grows 6 inches. So Anisoptera inadvertently grows a mullet.
Wow. How does it look?
I mean, looks like a mullet on a bug. It's not the best.
But does it work? Does it work?
I think with the right confidence, the right air about you, it could work.
Okay.
You style it well.
And does that get me through? Do I hear the last part of the message?
Mm-hmm. Last part of the message is Darklings, danger, hags. Anisoptera, you are a member of the Feywild. You would know that Darklings are mercenaries of the Feywild. And they thrive in darkness, right? Like they are creatures of the night. And they are often hired out by unseemly folks with connections to the Feywild as infiltrators, assassins, that sort of things.
Well, I know we told the Duke we were in on Whitecragg, and the house is great. But if the hags are there, causing trouble, they're the problem. I guess I spend the rest of the week looking for a way back. Should I need one?
You go back to the Feywild?
Yeah, whether that means some kind of spell I develop. I don't have the I don't have the juice to make that happen entirely on my own, I don't think. Or if, one of these tears in, dimensional fabric that's clearly happening, how I got here in the first place, if there's, rumors around town of such a thing.
All right, can you make me an Arcana check?
Yeah, I can. If it could be a medicine check or a survival check, that would be great. But
how about this? I would say, give me an.
I'll do an Arcana check.
All right.
It's just +1 instead of +7. Let's
that is certainly a difference.
Yeah. That's a nice fat 6.
Nice fat 6. All right. You could give me a religion check as well.
You'd think that would be better, but that's also +1. But that one's a dirty 20.
Okay, 6, 20, and then finally give me a nature check.
Also +1 again. That's something you'd think that would be my wheelhouse, but no, not quite. That is a 7.
7. Okay, so you're unable to find a sort of window in, we'll say, but you do reckon that if you perform a successful religious ritual, you could reliably transport yourself, and sadly only yourself, to the Feywild.
Okay, well then I'd love to make the necessary, with whatever time left I have in the week, whatever necessary changes to this kind of religious space,
to make it more Feywild and less just blanket good to be here.
Well, yeah, I mean, the what nature has done most of the work for me in terms of the greenery, but yes,
certainly, I would say all of that would probably cost you about 20 gold for like the right religious totems, etc.
Easy. I've got 20 gold, right, Avigard?
Or Avigard, they come in and like at one point they've got like sort of like shears ready to clip away the weeds, and then you're just like, no.
Oh no.
20 gold, I need more plants.
Here's your gold.
Much obliged. Thanks for keeping an eye on it. How much more do I have, just so I know?
Well, I guess that would be 380. Nope, 480.
No, I gave some to Kerfaderk, right, for his butt room, for our butt room, really.
330 is how much you have.
Everybody's butt room.
Well, great. That's a lot, right? We don't really use gold in the Feywild. It's more, more of a communal society.
All right. So you all come back. The week is over. You guys sort of settle up into your rooms for a good long rest, setting yourselves up for success. Night falls. What's everyone's passive perception for no reason in particular?
14.
12.
14, 14, 12.
11.
Okay. Fine. Okay. I'm going to stay here with Anisoptera. You fall asleep and start to dream. This is regular dream, kind of, but definitely sort of an anxiety dream. I think what you heard from Vespene was maybe not the best news. I mean, it was good news in that she's better, but, you're kind of having stress dreams. Maybe you're running away from something, or you're trying to say something and like no words are coming out. But
A nightmare.
yeah, at the peak of your dream, you feel a sharp pain in your chest that pulls you out of your dream into consciousness, and you are face to face with a small, incredibly pale-skinned creature with deep-set eyes. You realize you're bleeding as there is a dagger in your chest. The creature simply puts their finger over their mouth and goes, shh. You hear a snapping sound, and you see darkness. And that is where we will end tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to quick pop the credits in the chat. We will be back. We'll be back in another 2 weeks. I hope to see you guys there. Please stick around for the raid. It helps out small channels like us. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. They probably won't die, but I make no promises. I will see you guys soon. Have fun.